Привет, привет. Сегодня среда, 31 июля. Вот первый раз мы пристали. Город, вроде бы Хайнс называется. Такой какой-то заброшенный. Нет, он не заброшенный. Там люди живут. Но он в такой глуши, в такой дали. Мамочки. А люди здесь живут. И потом нас куда-то повезут. Какая-то экскурсия такая интересная будет. Ну, я потом еще поснимаю. Вон они, раз. И уже горы. Да тут везде горы. Тихочка. Градусов 14 примерно. Температура. Ну вот какие-то дома. На фоне гор. Асфальтовая дорога. Ну вот примерно так. Дальше посмотрим, что еще будет. Тут аборигены вот что-то рассказывают. Смотрите. Вы бы хотели здесь жить? Далековато от цивилизации.
The land above the ocean, something that's happening all over the world, but it's really dramatic here in Southeast. It's called isostatic rebound. The Earth is actually rebounding up from the weight of the glaciers that was once pressing down on it. There was so much ice, so much mass, dense, compacted snow pushing down on the crust here that it caused it to go down. And now after that ice has been gone for a while, the Earth is coming back up. So from Taya Point into White Pass, it grows about 3/4 of an inch a year, 0.76 a year. Back into the Chilkat Range, you saw that massive mountain range sitting behind where your cruise ship parked. That's the Chilkat Mountain Range. Back into Haines, it grows over 1.5 inches a year. So it's really cool to witness geologic change. Normally we only see evidence of it. We don't get to see it in human time. So to be able to witness it is pretty incredible. And you can, if you've been coming up here over the years, or you'll come back, let's say you come back and visit 10 years from now, you'll actually notice subtle changes. People talk about the golf course in Haines, how they notice it changing from the years that they play. I noticed it with the fire hydrants in Skagway. It seems like the earth is coming up. The fire hydrant sitting out here, pretty crazy. It's like they're sucking those fire hydrants into the ground. And that's just with the earth rebounding up. That's called isostatic rebound or glacial rebound.
Опа, вот такой вот. 3 Ямахи по 250. Хорошо передвигается парень. Приехали мы в какую-то деревеньку, Skagway. Ну, видно будет, что дальше. Тут куча кораблей сегодня. Вон. Один. И он там кончается. Здесь 2 сразу. Да, здесь 2 сразу. Тут же вертолет летает. И с этой стороны красавец стоит. Прям под горкой так раз.
Тоже 2.
Да, тоже 2. Сегодня все флаги в гости. Куда они там выходят? Прям сосны прыгают, наверное. Забавно. Ну ладно. Это мы 40 минут ехали от нашего корабля, а эти сразу пристали. Ну, по-разному бывает. Это местная электричка. Нифига себе. Так, а нас куда? Нас в автобусы. Пойдем в автобусе. Вот такая реклама здесь. Самая крутая реклама. Как они ее делают. Вот электричка местная, я уже говорил. Вот они какие. Да. Аборигены.
example of the train you're going to be on. Very similar. Note the little end platforms there, kind of open air. Those are opened up to you folks once the train is out of town. So you can actually get out there and take some photos, get some fresh air. There's a washroom on each train car, and there's drinking water on each train car as well. It's a good little train ride. I've taken a couple of times a year. Let me.
Чувствую, да, это вентилятор хороший.
Нет, на улице, когда мы там успели.
Да водой
Supposed to be on there about 3 hours, give or take, up and back. You can have good visibility on either side. Kind of doesn't matter which side of the train
Ну все зарисовано.
kind of up and back.
Наскальная роспись какая.
You have to shuffle things around a little bit up the top, of course.
Так, ну что дальше?
We're going to cross over here. We're going to cross over Pullet Creek, Pullet
Еще
Pond.
одна электричка.
You got a little time later, come down here to the
Так он
creek
нас
pond. We got
привез уже,
a
да?
salmon run in here. It's a man-made salmon run, hatchery fish years ago.
Лайк.
But they're, of course, coming back into this little freshwater stream.
Лайк. Лайк.
All right, we'll get up here over the railroad tracks. And let's see. Hey, now we're in town. Yeah, it didn't take long. Over here on the left, folks, of course, where all the buses are and the trains parked in there, that is the train depot. That's where the train will basically goes off later. Have a little time to wander around. And like I said, there will be bus transportation there to get you back down to the ferry dock later today. This intersection coming up here, 2nd Broadway. This is the heart of downtown Skagway. Red building here on the left, yellow trim. National Parks Visitor Center. The National Park Service plays a big role in our town. Newark Gold Rush used to be the old train depot. Red Onion Saloon here on the right. Used to be a brothel. Now it is a brothel museum, gentlemen. Museum. Prices haven't changed in there in 115 years. It's still $5 for 15 minutes. I don't know what you do with the other 12. It's a pretty small museum. So we'll go down here. We're going to kind of pull a little fast one. We'll get in here and find the right train. But have a look at this thing here on the left. One of my favorite things in town, literally. That is a rotary snow blower for clearing the railroad tracks. It's over 100 years old, powered by steam, and it still works. They used it just a couple of years ago to clear the tracks. They pushed it up with our 2 steam locomotives. All 3 of them, huffing and puffing. It's great fun to watch. We had rail fans come in from all over the world for that. Now this is your train over here, folks, on the left. We'll roll up here and kind of loop this thing around. Find a place to let you off. Probably going to have to walk across the street back here to the left a little bit to get on your train cars, but that's alright.
Опять эти кораблики, смотри. Ездили мы, ездили, и опять кораблики ездят. Аляска. Вот эта железная дорога настоящая уже. А то смешная. А вертолет с корабля, что ли, с этого? Он там крутится.
Здесь есть ряд.
Не, он крутится просто.
Now, folks, when we do get in here and I stop this thing, just give me a minute. I do have a little step stool in my luggage bay. It does help with the last step. We don't have a curve.
Уже крутился.
I want you folks to enjoy your train ride. I want you to think about the prospectors who came up here 160 years ago. Having a walk up a mountain pass. Each with a ton of supplies.
Вот такая электричка внутри. Даже туалет есть.
Well, good morning and welcome aboard the White Pass and Yukon Route Railway. Today we do have many trains and many tours going out at just about the same time. We'd like to be sure that you are joining us on the right tour. So if you could please take out your tickets, we'll double check those. If you are joining us on the Juno Board on July 8th, 1898 in a deadly shootout. Sophie died instantly with a shot to the heart, while Frank Reed died an agonizing 12 days later from a rifle shot to the groin. Some say he lost his golden nuggets that day. But those people of Skagway, they were certainly pleased to have rid the town of its villain, and they honored Reed with the largest monument in the center of the cemetery. And today, his gravestone reads, he gave his life for the honor of Skagway.
Такая вот она северная природа. Вот такая северная природа. А тут все время кто-то вещает.
My name is Emily. I am your roaming guide.
Erin,
you have any
Everly.
questions throughout the day, anything I can help you out with, that's what I'm here for. Just let me know anytime I'm in your car.
They route into a corduroy log wagon road, and they began charging tolls. The rates were steep at $1 per hiker, $10 per wagon, and even 25 cents per dog. At one point, Mr. Brackett was making over $1,000 per day in tolls. Amazing for 1898. That's still pretty good here in 2013. Well, as you can imagine, all of those packers got pretty upset with paying to use a trail that they had once used for free. So they tore down Brackett's toll gates, threw them into the river, and refused to pay another dime. Well, don't feel all too bad for that old Mr. Brackett. Eventually, the railroad engineers, also tired of their right-of-way hassle to go. But it is all of those glaciers that give this valley its characteristic U-shape appearance today. Out here at Glacier Station, we will be crossing to the left, curving to the left and going over a bridge, which will provide us with an incredible view. Taking some photographs of the entire train as it rounds that curve. Now, as we cross the bridge, be sure to look to either side, as they are beautiful photographic opportunities on both the right and left side of our train.
Чудно. Бог знает где. Откуда? Слева, справа?
Она сказала и слева, и справа.
И слева, и справа. Та-дам. Работает мужик. На такой высоте. Мамочки. Панорама. И слева, и справа. Ну, посмотрим. А, вон что. Вот она панорама. Вот она. Это наш паровозик с Ромашкова. А где панорама? Смотрим панораму. Ох, панорама. Диорама. Да, вообще звучит. Все, панораму сняли. Цветочки, плюсики, цветочки. Цветочки, панорама. О, какая панорама. О, нас туда, что ли, везут? Долго мы едем по этим. Вот мы оттуда поехали. Вот там дорога железная. Панорама. Горы. Панорама знакомая. Аляска называется. Аляска. Аляска.
I am so glad that you were able to join us today on such an absolutely beautiful day. We're able to see a lot of the mountain views that we don't generally get to see on one of our typical days here in Skagway. If you take a look behind you over your left shoulder, you'll notice those jagged sawtooth peaks. At nearly 7,000 feet, these are the tallest peaks that we'll see today. These were the only landforms that stuck above the glaciers that once filled this valley, and that is why they are so sharp and jagged. Also, speaking of glaciers, if you take a look out ahead, about 10 o'clock from the front of the train, you'll see a blanket of snow lying in the cradle of those mountains. It has a very rough edge with a bit of icy blue poking out. That is the Carmack Glacier. It's the very same glacier that feeds Bridalveil Falls that we saw just a few miles below.
Надо же, забрался как высоко. Ваня. Ваня, 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 Ваня. Ваня, Ваня, вон еще. Да, здесь только один иван-чай, сколько. Красиво, что? Ну что, мало тебе, Иван-чая-то? Ага, Иван-чай все больше и больше. Ты посмотри, что.
Еще красные ягоды.
Еще какие-то красные, да. То ли ягоды, то ли цветы.
Высокие сосны ели.
Да, еле.
Которые близко, нет, хотя они высокие.
Я ели тут и пили тоже здесь.
По 20 метров высотой.
Кошмар. Вот опять наши паровозы там мелькают. Когда же мы приедем? Уже гора кончается. Он по воздуху, что ли, полетит потом? Я не удивлюсь. Трубу переворачивают и чук-чук-чук-чук-чук.
Хочется этого кондуктора снять. Такой типаж интересный.
Снимай.
Пожилой дядечка с свежим здоровым лицом.
Гном какой-то. Смотри. Кто это? Текут, баки текут. Да, снаружи тепло. Снаружи тепло, а внутри холодно. А кто он, понял? Понял. Вон наш паровозик идет. Вот он. Ух, как вы забрались, стоите, твою. Вот такой же паровозик. Они нас снимают. Это они спецом так делают, да? Я говорю, они спецом так делают, интервал. Чтобы они снимали нас, а мы снимали их. Взаимный кайф.
Ну правильно, потому что
мы тут снимали.
За нами идут. Вы там были и снимали тех, которые впереди нас.
Ой, они сейчас там. Ой,
верхотуру поднялись.
Ой, это панорама. Ой. Ужас. Мамочки, оно еще и качает. Ой, не могу. Я подальше от окошка. Ой. Никакого самолета не надо.
Looking off to the left, you might have spotted another one of our sister trains making their way up the low line section. And if you get your cameras out for that, you'll want to keep them out because we are about to cross over Glacier Gorge and that famous wooden trestle that we saw from down below. Now, as an original section of this railroad, this bridge and the tunnel following it were constructed in the dead of winter in 1898. Now, the train will be making a giant curve to the right, giving us a great view off to the left and ahead of those engines of our train making their way over the wooden trestle. Now, while we're on this bridge, if you take a glance off to your left and down below, you'll see that the valley floor drops 1,000 feet down to the left. This might be a great opportunity to find some beautiful upholstery here in your train car.
Ой. Ничего будет. Темнота друг молодежи. Да. Дефективный какой-то, да. Это я мертв. Еще один туннель. И все, и со мной дело закончено. 3. Это моя нога. Ой, туда нас что ли везут?
Уже все аспирили наружу вывезли.
Я не
Там,
хочу.
кстати, мужчины были. А теперь все с того вагона вылезли. Ой, мама. Вот я там
Ой,
сидела, так страшно не было. А здесь вот для кошки страшно.
А, вот так вот. А вот это как тебе нравится?
Да.
Здесь еще веселее.
Да.
Конечно, страшно. Вон.
Тетя вон открыла. Дядя впереди меня.
Вон там еще какой-то железный мост.
Мы по нему будем ехать.
Да. Летим на самолете практически. Елки где-то внизу. А город рядом. Вон мы там скоро будем, да. Вот на этом мосте.
Now looking down off to the right, it might be difficult to believe, but the valley floor below us was once home to a city of more than 2,000 people. White Pass City was at the end of Brackett's toll road, and it was the location where stampeders would transfer their freight from wagons to the backs of men and pack animals. White Pass City was also the last resting place before the long... One of Skagway's most popular excursions allows for adventure seekers to helicopter up to this very point. They hike 2 miles up to the beautiful Long Glacier. They finally catch the train for a unique journey back into Skagway.
А, речка. Речка. Красиво.
Это вот ледника течет.
Ледника течет. Да мы здесь уже были. А вот абориген сидит. Балдеть. Работы нет.
Что-то ремонтируют здесь. Ремонтируют там что-то.
Голос.
Сидит, книжку читает вот такой.
Почему? А здесь можно книжку толсто читать. Уж купил, да купил. Ладно.